we dive deeper into this, we, Sylvia and I, would like to not only welcome you, but also introduce ourselves. So my name is Vanessa Werner. I have a background as computer scientist. I have worked more than 15 years as a manager, senior manager in big international corporations. And I'm also a fitness and nutrition expert. And I founded a business so I can help other ambitious women lead a fit and healthy life. And my clients, they are typically managers or experts, vice presidents, CEOs who don't have a lot of time, but still want to feel strong, feel beautiful, and feel just wonderful in their own body. And as they don't have a lot of time, they typically lead extra energy, extra power for all their projects, all what they want to do in life, in their career, and for their families, and also their own personal development. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm so happy that we are doing this session today, because talking and exchanging about menopause and the transformation we go through is something that's important to me as well, because I experienced myself in the course of my life that too often just a regular medical advice does not really help. Doesn't really help me, hasn't really helped me, and also with my clients, I just see the very same. For me, it was personally already when I was a girl still, yeah, that I learned that birth control is what you should take if you have any kind of issues. For me, it was acne, for example, but also if you have cramps, if you have mood swings, then just take birth control. This will help you. And maybe you had similar experience during puberty. I'm not sure. Maybe someone had a similar advice from the doctor. Yeah, just take it and you'll be good. But for me, it felt rather awkward. It was a time I didn't have a lot of self-esteem back then, and I did not really question this. I didn't speak up. So for me, it was just take it and shut up. And when I finally stopped taking anti-baby pill, that was when I was around 25, I discovered that this had changed and heavily affected not only my body, but also my personality somehow. It took for me really several years to discover that my skin actually was not an issue. It just needed some time to grow up. But actually my relationship, my intimacy with my husband, now ex-husband, that was something maybe more of a challenge. And also my understanding of myself, my body, my health completely changed in the course of the years. And I've seen that with many of my clients as well. They are typically in between 35, 50, oldest beyond 60, and hormones are very often a relevant factor. Sometimes it's more about hormonal disbalances. Sometimes it can even be an unfulfilled wish to have children. Yeah, but most often it's just about symptoms related to menopause, for example, those changes. And hence, I'm super happy that Sylvia and I have decided to team up and to share a different approach with you. Yeah, Sylvia is an extraordinary woman, a leader, a coach, and I'm always very amazed when I hear her story. So let's give her another round of applause. Sylvia, over to you.
So much. So yeah, if you want to know me through my certification, that's in the slide. So I have many of them, but to be honest, for me, they're not necessary, because for me, the experience, the result, and the transformations matter the most, because I've seen that too often. So if you want to know when did I start to study about menopause, andropause, it was in 2011 for my 57-year-old mom who struggled with the vaginal dryness, insomnia, mood swing, and the issue with intimacy. So I saw how they got the hormone injections and bunch of medicines, and it creates even more problems that, you know, I even couldn't believe when my mom said that your dad become a grumpy man. I said, what? My dad was a super patient, loving, and very kind man. So that was the started, like my genuine, pure loving for them brought me to this journey. So the most common thing that we hear in society is that when a woman becomes older, they start to nag a lot. And when you ask them, they usually say that they have a grumpy old man at home. Is that true? Yes. And now try to ask that grumpy old man, what him grumpy? You bet. He will say, I got a nagging woman at home. So that's the normal people, how they live their life. But I know the fact that you are here because you are not normal. That's who I am too. For me, normal is too boring, and I don't want to live life like an ordinary people. That's why I'm Sylvia Silvers. I call myself the Extraordinarians Coach. So today, I'm super, super excited together with Coach Vanessa to bring you to take the extra mile to share one of my expertise of the feminine body, and how we will blow your mind how capable your body is to follow your desire. So today I will share with you the practice that you can start right away with yourself or with your spouse, so that you will not have that grumpy old man at home, because he will have such an amazing, irreplaceable, extraordinary woman, which is you at home. And so to do that, I want you to open your mind today, open your heart, to be humble, to empty your cup, to challenge your belief, to ask questions, engage, discuss with me and Coach Vanessa, especially on something what we share today that does not align with what you know. And as always, what we share is our knowledge, our learnings, expertise, and what we experience with ourselves, maybe family members just like me, and our clients. So feel free to filter, take as much as you need, and put away the information you don't need or the information that does not align with your value. So if you are ready, type yes in the chat. Mira ready. Yes, fun, funny. Yes, yes.
Alexandra, Dagmar, woo, lots of women are ready, and that's good. That's good because we have so much prepared for you. And to get us started, I want to share a bit of what is menopause. What are we going to talk about today? What do you think? If you like, you can already share your ideas where you have first experiences, maybe, or connection point. And while you are typing, let me say, we could in such a session today talk a lot about science. We could talk about specific levels of hormones. We could talk about of the processes in our body. And yes, we will also share such facts today. But what's even more important for us is that we understand menopause as one of the transformations we as women go through in the course of our lives. It's not restricted to symptoms. It does not only affect the body, it affects us as a person with all our gifts, with all our talents, and with all our emotions. Yeah, and it's important that to understand that menopause is more than one phase, and it actually has a premenopause, for example, which starts long before we notice the first changes. And for most women, this is already around 30 when our body is starting to tune in for this transformation. And when we then move into what's called perimenopause, like the second phase, that's where we start experiencing symptoms. And then with our last period, like the real menopause, we fully transition into this next important phase of our lives. So, oh, I can see there are some inputs in the chat already. Thanks for sharing. Lots of issues in the beginning. Didn't even know this was menopause related. Yes, yes, because it's not like someone switches something on or off. It starts insomnia, weight gain, forgetfulness, heat flashes, weird feeling in the head. We will discuss also these and what you can do proactively, but also once the symptoms are there. Yes, thanks a lot for sharing, because I think this is very, very common. Yeah, it's not something that only you are experiencing. And we will see this as well in just a second, because I'd like to have a look with you at how women are typically affected by menopause. I have selected 2 studies today. The first one is on actually menopause and the workplace. And this is a little quiz, so you can play along. Let us know what you think. And the question here has a knot, so you're interested in the percentage of women who are not affected by menopause in their ability to work. What do you think? Is it A, 8% who are not affected, 17%, that's B, or is it 1/3 who are not affected? So I see a lot of B's coming in the chat, lots of B's flowing in. I also see another B. So let's reveal. It's actually A. It's only 8% of the women who are not negatively affected by menopause in their careers. It's like almost everyone has some issues one way or the other. And what do you think could lead to these results? What do these women experience that makes it difficult for them? Maybe you can also share your experience again in the chat. What we have in the study here is actually that the top mentioned issues and symptoms, mood swings is one of them, yes. We have also problems to concentrate. Then being tired because of sleep issues, because sleep doesn't come as naturally. We wake up more in the night, and then obviously we are tired and exhausted during the day. Heat waves is also something affecting the career. I hear a lot of times, I'm having flashes, I'm blushing, it's looking unprofessional then in meetings. If I'm with clients and I suddenly get a heat rush, what do I do? So yeah, it's not just about feeling uncomfortable, it's also affecting our interaction. And then we have unexpected or strong bleeding, which is a very real thing. But also joint pains, other pains, yeah, which are affecting us. And it's not only about the physical challenges. Do you have an idea what could be important as well, apart from these physical changes about what's going on in the body or in the brain? Anyone have an idea what else could be? Because that's what the second study is all about. No idea. Okay, then I'll share. It's actually that menopause is an emotional process as well. And you can see here that for the majority of women, more than 50%, menopause is actually perceived as a negatively impacting emotional process. So most of the women do not feel good in menopause, throughout menopause, before, after. The whole process for them is negatively impacting. And our goal, Sylvia, and my goal today is to improve the situation for the more than 50% of women who experience menopause as a negative process. who are afraid because their body and mind are not working as before, who feel that they're losing control, who feel it's negatively impacting their life, their career, their relationships. This is what we want to change here together with you. You may know my motto already. This is, your body is your beautiful powerhouse. It's a very, very beautiful and very loving powerhouse. And hence I want to especially create some awareness and open the space for you. Or if you are joining for a loved one, yeah, for the men who are joining today, open the space for someone who you love, yourself, or someone who you support, to go beyond this, to go into a positive process. And there are ways beyond the short-term medications and hormonal therapies. We have experienced, Sylvia told already about her parents. I have clients who've gone through this transformation in a different way. And those are ways that help you get in touch with yourself, with your body again, redevelop such a loving relationship so that you can then rely again on your power and on your strength. And this will maybe be in a bit different way than before. That's why it's called transformation as well. And as a transformation, it also has an opportunity that we can discover ourselves in a fresh way, in a deeper way as well. So would that maybe be interesting for you? Maybe. Yeah. So I encourage you to answer for yourself the question, what would be the best thing that could happen for you in this masterclass today? I already see an oh yes in the chat. But you answer for yourself. And you can imagine you don't only have two coaches today, Sylvia and myself, but imagine you have two fairies by your side, Sylvia and Vanessa as fairies. What wish could they make come true for you? Yeah. Some knowledge about menopause manifestation. Yeah. Yes. Get another view, definitely. This is something that's dear to our heart, to show alternative. Yes, and if you are not affected by menopause, maybe a loved one is, and maybe you can better understand and help. Unknown territory, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, and if you imagine now for yourself, what would be really the best thing to go out of this masterclass with, then next thing is, I would like to ask you if Sylvia and I show you how you can reach this goal, are you willing to go for it? Are
Yeah,
you willing
Vanessa, sorry, the Sandra share in the chat, I think like it's really interesting how HRT is not working so well for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Visualize sample of menopause. Very nice. And I encourage you, if you feel that there's something you want to achieve today, then commit yourself. Send us a heart via the chat if you say yes. If I learned something today, I will apply it. I will go for it. Or send any other emotion that could best represent this commitment for yourself. Lots of hearts coming in. Yes. In different colors even. Very nice. I have the green color as well. Green heart is also my color. Very nice. Yeah. So then, let me show you how we will empower you in this masterclass. After this introduction, we have 2 sessions, 2 slots. One is with me on how to thrive with your body as a beautiful powerhouse. And then we will have Coach Sylvia dial into more detail how you can thrive in your relationships and your intimacy. And then we will also take some time for inspiration, for Q&A, for exchange. And in this part, in this inspiration Q&A, we will also reveal our little surprise, which we have prepared just for you for today. So stay curious. Yeah, discovery mode. Yes, that's a good one to be in. Love that, Mirel. Yes. Okay. Then let's get started with how to thrive with your body as a beautiful powerhouse. I already mentioned menopause as a transformation, and I think overall there is a lot of transformation going on in the life of a woman. In her reproductive years, we have like a cycle we go through every roundabout month. It's a little transformation in itself. And then transitioning in and out of these fertile years, like puberty and menopause, those are the major developments, big transitions. And who of you has a teenage girl in their family? And maybe can put a corresponding emoji in the chat, what that's life is like with a teenage girl, be it your own girl, be it a niece, be it a family friend. How are they feeling and how are you feeling about it? First smileys coming in, yes. And now imagine menopause as equally transformational. Just that the woman is now an adult and somehow better behaved. But then you can get a glimpse of what's going on, how much is actually going on. Yeah, just that a lot of it is now happening below the surface and not these breakouts anymore as we see in puberty. Yeah. And what's my own firm belief is that women are beautiful and powerful in each phase of their life. It's not like that there are the best years or that you should do something before whatever age because afterwards you cannot do it anymore. They have a wonderful life with a lot of different phases, and each phase is there to explore and to live it. And it's just sometimes it can be quite disturbing, and we can also be quite exhausted from all this transformation which is going on. Yeah? And a remark, maybe also for the men who are joining today, I see agreed already in the chat, yeah? For the men who are joining today, men typically after puberty do not experience these waves, these wave-like transformational things going on. They see more a gradual evolution, transformation, gradual aging, and so on. Yeah, so for them, it's a bit different. So let's get us equipped with some background information, why this is the case and what actually happens. And this is a bit more technical slide, so don't get lost. I'll explain to you what's happening. We'll have a close-up here. One thing that's mentioned very, very often, and I've read this before also here today in the chat, is increased body weight, weight gain. Yeah, maybe you're experiencing that diets either do not work as well anymore as they did before. Maybe when you were younger, it was easy. Yeah, you had a few days of dieting and the weight came off. Yeah, but it's not working anymore. Or you are regaining the weight more and even quicker. And you might even be very much eating the same as before. Yet your weight has gone up. You have changed nothing in your nutrition. And isn't that unfair? Isn't that unfair that still you're gaining weight? Yeah. So that's number one. And number two, Alexandra mentioned less energy, fatigue, and also mood swings going in here. Yeah? If you're suddenly feeling tired or needing more sleep or needing a rest in between, or your colleagues, your family, even your partner, your spouse start causing you stress. Sylvia mentioned before, yeah, you suddenly find yourself having a grumpy husband. How can
Yes.
that be? Is he going through menopause as well? Yeah. Anyhow, but
Andropause, andropause.
just these tempers, these mood swings which you are experiencing. Yeah? That's for a lot of women. Yeah? And then I also need to mention something. It's a more concerning topic, but I want to mention anyhow. It's health-related risks. Real risks like osteoporosis, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular diseases, from stroke to heart attack. It's an increasing risk with and after menopause. Yeah? A risk even for our lives. And hopefully not yet, but maybe you have someone in your family, yeah, or a case of someone who was diagnosed with such severe health issues after menopause. And this is definitely not uncommon because the hormones that we have seen, they have functions in our body and they need to somehow, our body needs to adjust. And it's definitely a risk factor. And it's a wonderful toolbox, magical toolbox, fun toolbox, yeah? And weight gain, I have seen this comment in the chat, because I want to talk next exactly about this. What's my advice? How you can tackle these three major challenges. Get rid of the diets, get rid of the fitness challenges, do something that's good for you, for your situation, for your life, establish this, enjoy this, yeah? And then next topic, less energy, fatigue, mood swings. Obviously, a healthy lifestyle can help as well. Nutrition and fitness can be a game changer. Try this. Try this. And we'll see it also in an example in a minute. Yeah. And then what I think what's also important for the mind and for the heart is to be kind to yourself. Also be a bit patient. It's a major transition for your body. Support each other, you and your body. Be a team, yeah? And then self-care, for me, self-care is not a buzzword. Do learn how to support yourself, how to have fun and joy in your life again, yeah? Because also on a technical level, these boost hormones, so-called joy hormones, like endorphins, for example, yeah, that can, to a certain extent, counterbalance the drop in your female hormones. And then also take care of your gut health. Your gut and your mood and your health are very much connected. Your microbiome is an important factor in this game. Yeah? For the health-related risks, I don't want to mention too much, but it's all about prevention. So you are here today. You can still do something. You are not in a situation where you are stuck in a clinic, where you have had a heart attack or a stroke or anything like this. So do not wait. Act now, yeah? This is why it is called prevention. I guarantee you, you will waste a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy if you wait until you are forced to act. We always shift this one more day. Yes, I can go to the gym tomorrow. Yes, I can try one more time myself. Until we are forced to take real action. Yeah. And I'm so serious about this because I've also seen examples where health was gone forever. there is, at a certain point in time, there is a point of no return. Yeah. So that's why I say, if you have a hard time prioritizing yourself and your health, get support. Yeah, I mean this. It's nothing to be ashamed of. All my clients actually state that others admire them for having a coach, having support, being able to live a healthy life, to make such changes. So they are proud for them, proud that they lead such a fit and healthy life. So, and I will, that's something I want to do for finalizing, for wrapping up this part, is I want to share an example as inspiration. Yeah, and I invite you, and you can invite your brain to do the translation. What's important for you? How would you tackle it? What can you learn from Diana in this case? Diana is a senior manager in German Abteilungsleiterin, yeah, end of her 40s, almost 50. She came to me when she had lots of snack heaper, eating out of stress, a body weight which was just not feeling right anymore, no balance, and no sustainable fitness concept. And these here are her results of the first 100 days. So we continued the journey afterwards. She's in a VIP program with me now, but I wanted to give you some inspiration of what's possible also in a relatively short time frame. Yeah, so she had increased in her well-being. So how she judged certain factors like balance, like feeling well, like feeling successful. And that was increased by 80%. She had 15 centimeters lost around her waistline, resembling in 6 kilograms. And she got much, much stronger, much more flexible. She just overall felt a whole lot different again in her body. And imagine you could see, or could say, I feel better now with 50 than I did when I was 30. Yeah, so this is possible. Yeah, I can see some of you are smiling. And yes, allow yourself to go for this. It's real. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, congratulations. I will tell her. I will tell her. Yeah. So let's look a bit back at her turnaround. What did she do? We have, I have in my programs 5 pillars. I mentioned this before: fitness training, strength training. She did it with 3 times 30 minutes a week. So that's super manageable. Yeah. Even with some breaks in between, because she had where she was sick, even with such exemptions, she was able to get the results. She learned how to train during traveling. She does a lot of business travel. She finally now has a concept to continue her fitness during traveling. She changed her nutrition, found out what are the things that are really good for me. She only eats things she likes. She stopped eating things that she doesn't like. So no restrictions anymore. And that led also to less of this snack heaper and sweet tooth for her. Yeah. She's taking her recovery, her regeneration more seriously by going to bed earlier. We also have some cool down in her training, in her fitness training, that she enjoys to just come down, relax. Yeah. And overall, she has different systems now in her life. Yeah, she has alternatives in stressful situations, and she also worked a bit on her mindset, yeah, to see what are influencing factors actually for my sleep, for my well-being. How can I set priorities? Yeah, and again, I want to say, if she can do it, so can you. Yeah, why not? Have a look at these 5 pillars, have a look at them, and think about what you could do for yourself. How could your body be your beautiful powerhouse? And what difference would that make in your life? What difference would it make in your life if you had a beautiful powerhouse by your side. If you would really, 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 really feel good with yourself and with your body. Yeah. So that's my encouragement. Yeah. There are so many more positive factors that you have in your control. Take back this control, take back your life. And now that we had a look at the relationship to ourselves, to our own body, I would like to hand over to Sylvia, who will take us through the journey how to thrive in our relationships and intimacy.
Yes.
If you have questions, we have more time towards the end. Yeah. So
Thank you so much, Coach Vanessa. So yeah, mine is more more feminine. I don't have the chart. I'm sorry, I'm not the chart person, but I promise I will deliver as who I am about intimacy, love, relationship after 35. So talking about menopause, as I said, is taboo. It is really taboo, no matter what, in Asia or in Western countries. Menopause, like you better don't talk about it. But this is the thing that we have to know. Just like when we talk about the symptoms that I want to share, it's even tabooer, right? Intimacy, your body, orgasm, and sex. But again, as I said today, open your mind, open your heart, because this is you. We are creating this safe space for you to learn about yourself. Yeah. So it is super taboo, but I see from myself, from my clients, the more they understand their bodies, the more they understand everything around them, their emotions, their feminine body, how to release unnecessary baggage. They feel that, oh, it is extraordinary. We are not normal anymore. And I want you to have this feeling as well. Yeah. See you all. Sampai ketemu. That's Indonesian language. Sampai ketemu means bye-bye. See you again.
see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.